Hello, ladies and gentlemen, welcome to this channel. There is this topic that is going on in the country about the impeachment of the Deputy President Rigathi Gachagua. It's a topic that we saw the Deputy President himself address while he was having an interview with some at his residence here in Nairobi. It's a topic that has come up with a lot of attention and attraction from people, and I want to give you a brief analysis on how the impeachment of the Deputy President Rigathi Gachagua is impossible. It's very impossible in the country. I want to give you my reasons, but before I do so, if you're watching for the first time, take a second or two, subscribe to this channel so that whenever we do such videos, you're always notified. So these are the reasons why I think the impeachment of the Deputy President is very, very difficult in Kenya. During the times of Uhuru Kenyatta, there was such attempts or discussions, but it was very impossible because at that time we could see that William Samoei Ruto, who was the deputy president by then, was having a lot of members of parliament supporting him. And whenever that topic would come up, he could call these MPs to his current home, sit with them, talk with them. So it was very difficult to bring a motion of impeachment of the deputy president to parliament because of the failure to have numbers. As much as Uhuru Kenyatta went ahead to form a handshake government with the oppositions, William Samoei Ruto had already gathered enough members of parliament to his side to fail any attempt to impeach him. The reason as to why I think the impeachment of Rigathi Gachagua is absolutely impossible in our country, or the impeachment of any deputy president, anybody who has made it to the level of deputy president impeachment, is very difficult and almost impossible to be pushed upon, because the system or the way we form our coalitions or the way our people run for presidents in Kenya is a bit like tribal. For instance, we saw the other day the honorable Uhuru Kenyatta went combined with the Right Honorable William Samoei Ruto. They formed government. That was central, forming government with the Rift Valley. And people give support to the government based on their person. So the impeachment of Rigathi Gachagua is very difficult because consider the fact that Rigathi Gachagua came with the votes of Mount Kenya, and Mount Kenya gave William Samoei Ruto majority of the votes in the 2022 election. So impeaching the deputy president means you are trying to push the people who brought this person. So that's the technical inch about impeachment of the deputy president, which if you attempt to do, the people of Mount Kenya will come and rebel seriously against it, which can put the country in great trouble. We saw the other day the deputy president Rigathi Gachagua, while addressing some traders in Marikiti market, saying he doesn't fear what those people are trying, saying that hawawezi kuniuzia uoga. It was a show that I have the support of the people. How can you impeach me while I have the support of the people at the ground? The only way a deputy president can be impeached is when the members of the president, as or the whoever is pushing that motion in parliament, also has the backing of the entire country to support that impeachment, which is very difficult. Remember that Rigathi Gachagua from Mount Kenya right now, if you have seen him whenever he has been going to rallies, he has a support base. You cannot underestimate the fact that as much as the members or majority members from the Mount Kenya are against him, but the people at the ground are very, very supportive to him. And in fact, it's even working in his favor because he's now becoming popular. He's now gaining popularity slow and slow, and it's now becoming evident that in 2027, Rigathi Gachagua and William Samoei Ruto are not going to work together, because the signs that are being shown, we saw him also, the deputy president claimed that he was removed from the WhatsApp group that consists of the president's schedule. So that's why he's been missing some of the events the president has been to. And he was being asked that night, on Friday night, was being asked whether he knows where the president what time the president will be leaving the country, and he was saying he's not even aware because he doesn't have the president schedule because he was removed from the WhatsApp group. I think he said by a private secretary of the president. So there is that series of things that's happening, and now people are being uh, psychologically prepared that Kumbe in 2027 we are alone. The supporters of Gachagua know now that it's going to be very difficult to work with the President William Samoei Ruto, and even if they try to come back together, some people are already annoyed and angered, and it's going to be very difficult for them to pull that number of votes, the number of numbers they got in the 2022 election. So it's the best thing is of course to part ways. So whenever Rigathi Gachagua will go, will make an influence. Always said about that, because Rigathi Gachagua, if he goes on and gets the support of Uhuru Kenyatta, because in that interview he said he's been apologizing to Uhuru Kenyatta for whatever happened to him during the 2022 campaign period, and they ought to have listened to what Uhuru Kenyatta was saying. So if Uhuru Kenyatta comes out, backs Rigathi Gachagua chooses a candidate, supports him, then that competition is going to be very, very tight. We'll be following, I'll be informing you. If you're watching for the first time, always remember to subscribe so that you are always updated. Have a nice evening, ladies and gentlemen.